Hey everybody, it's Greg again. It's another edition of Unbreakable podcast. It is Thursday, July the 17th. We're more than halfway through July already. Boy, this summer is flying by. I'm starting to see commercials on TV, back to school commercials. Doesn't matter to me, but it was piss off a lot of those little kids out there. So they just started vacation. You just started to sleep late, or maybe you just started to go fishing, or swimming, or playing baseball, or whatever kids do in the summertime nowadays. And they're already talking about going back to school. What the hell? Anyway, so uh, today, this very day, today, July 17th, 70 years ago, Disneyland. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after. We went to Disneyland. It was like a family vacation. It was like Chevy Chase and stuff. We took the old station wagon and we crammed into the car and we went cross country. Took the whole trip was like 4 weeks. And we got across the country, see my Steve out there. And one of the places we hit, which had to be for me, probably the most anticipated place we would visit that summer was Disneyland. 1969. Disneyland. Yes. I remember when you went through the gates to get into Disneyland, you got like a little map so you could work your way around the park. Of course, it wasn't as big back then as it is now, or not as big as Disney World, but it is what it is. So I remember studying that map, like I was like Ponce de Leon, like looking at the map and saying, I think we should go here. There's a bridge that goes here to Tomorrowland, and then you have the Frontierland, and then over here. And I remember we went back to a hotel after the first day, 2 days we went to Disneyland. And I was studying that map, really studying it, like too much, too much. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. But I remember that the Disneyland, Small World After All. I remember we saw that. We saw the Pirates of the Caribbean, whatever. We saw that. What else did we see? Oh, I remember being on the flying teacups, or the teacups that, and then they had Mr. Toad's flying ride where you control how high you go, how low you go with the bar in the front. You grab it. Yeah, so that was pretty cool back in the day. Uh, I remember the thrill of just seeing the castle. When you go through the gates, castle, that just put chills down your spine. And they had the big mountain, the Matterhorn, that looked like it was fun. I'm not a roller coaster guy because I'm a little brittle guy. So I could go on like that. But you saw the Matterhorn there, the world of tomorrow. Like who would ever thought? 1969, there was no such thing as cell phones, personal computers, right? Tomorrowland. I don't know if they actually had that in Tomorrowland about cell phones and stuff. Maybe they did. Oh, and I remember we went into the Hall of Presidents where they had all these animated presidents moving around. You go in and Abraham Lincoln welcomes you. He's there on the stage. You think, is that Lincoln? Really? No, but it's a guy who looks like Lincoln. It's not even a guy. It's like a puppet or something. So I remember that. And it was a highlight of the trip. 70 years ago today, Disneyland opened. And oh my God, I heard about this Connie Francis dying. Oh Jesus, that was, but she was a pioneer back in the 50s and 60s. if it wasn't for Connie Francis, there may not have been a Madonna or Taylor Swift or one of those girl singers. There were a lot of girl groups back in the day. The Supremes, the Shirelles, the Kristen, a lot of girl groups, but not very many girl lead singers, solo singers. There just wasn't. Connie Francis sort of broke the mold. She had songs like "Where the Boys Are," "Someone Waits for Me." She always had like very melancholy, wistful kind of songs. And the other song I remember was "Lipstick on Your Collar, Told a Tale on You." Lipstick on your collar, told a tale on you. I don't remember any of the words. That's all I remember. Lipstick on your collar, told a tale on you. Okay, well. And she had songs like that. She was a pretty big deal, trust me. Back in the late 50s, early 60s. Because the guys dominated. You had Elvis, Buddy Holly, and then you had the so-called teen idols, Bobby Rydell, my friend, Frankie Avalon, Fabian, Dion, guys like that. Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, right? Until the British invasion, which brought the Beatles and the Hollies and the Rolling Stones and the Kinks, right? So, but in between that time, Connie Francis was like the only pop female singer. Now, country had Tammy Wynette, Loretta Lynn, Patsy Cline. Country had a lot of female singers, but pop music just didn't happen. So she was a pioneer in her day. And rest in peace there, Connie Francis. So much for that, huh? Yeah, the ESPYs were last night. I'm not really a big ESPYs guy because I think it's just one of these manufactured board shows just to put someone on TV or just to promote ESPN. ESPN sucks anymore, okay? Let's get it right out there in front. It sucks. Too much of Pat McAfee, too much of Screaming A. Smith, too much of that. Back in the day, it used to be a good sports channel. It would give you the highlights and scores. It would be relevant and you wouldn't have people screaming. But nowadays, ESPN sucks. So, the only good thing that came out of last night, from what I understand, is my Philadelphia Eagles. You see it? You see the Kelly Green that I'm wearing today? Huh? See that, right? Dallas fans, you see that? The Eagles won like 3 big awards. They won Team of the Year, which is like the coveted award, I guess. Play of the Year when Saquon Barkley jumped backwards over that guy. Remember that play? It was a great play. And Barkley won Player of the Year, something like that. But anyway, so it's nice that the Eagles were recognized for how great of a season they had last year. So next week, we're coming up. Training camp is starting. So now, along with baseball in the headlines, you're going to have football. You're going to have your training camp news. Your preseason games will be starting up. Before you know it, the summer's flying by. September the 4th already. Eagles, Cowboys. That big game in the NFC East. Eagles at home, celebrating their Super Bowl championship, raising the banner, having the stinking lousy Cowboys in town who have to stand there and watch this whole thing, which is it's a good thing. So, yeah, I can't wait to start to defend our team. Not going to be easy. Tough schedule. All these teams are going to be out to get us. But, hey, you want to be good, you got to beat the good teams, right? So, we'll see. Phillies start tomorrow. Thank God. We've gone all this week without real Phillies baseball. I mean, the All-Star game was okay. As it ended up, Kyle Schwarber was the MVP because he had 3 home runs and the swing off at the end of the game. So that was good. But the rest of it is sort of meh, meh, no, meh, meh. The best part was the players got to wear their own uniforms again. That was good. Not just some tacky, stupid, generic uniform that baseball coming up with. Stupid. So that was a highlight. The home run derby was, it was all right. I didn't even watch it to the end. It's kind of boring. I think the main thing that came out in the All-Star break was the fact that it's over. Next year, the All-Star game is in Philadelphia at Citizens Bank Park. Now, be the first time an All-Star game is held at Citizens Bank Park, and the first time for any All-Star game in Philadelphia since 1995 or something like that. Anyway, it should be fun because, as you know, Citizens Bank Park is a small bandbox, and in the summertime, if it's hot and humid out, like it usually is in Philly in the summer, and the wind is blowing out, you're going to see a lot of home runs next year on the Ashburn Alley, maybe beyond, who knows? But it should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. I hope, as a Phillies fan, we have an opportunity to purchase All-Star tickets. I'm afraid most of those tickets are going to go to the hoi polloi, the high ups in baseball. And the regular fan are going to shut out to watch them on home. Well, so we'll see. I'm looking forward to the Phillies getting back into action tomorrow against the Angels at home. And let's see what the Phillies do in the second half. They're in first place by half a game over the Sticky Mountain Nets. And now the team needs help. The team needs help. And Dave Dombrowski, you have 2 weeks to get us some help. We need another bat, especially in the outfield, and we need bullpen help. Maybe 2 or even 3 arms to stock up that bullpen for a stretch run. So let's see if the do-nothing GM gets it done. Huh? I hope so. I really hope so. This group, Kyle Schwarber, we know he's great. Bryce Harper, JT Realmuto, Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler. All these guys are getting older, and they're not going to be around forever. And so if this group is going to win a World Series, they need to do it now. This season is the season to do it. Go all in, push your chips in, draft picks, prospects, whatever, and go for the World Series. So let's hope it happens. I went to the eye doctor yesterday again in Philly, because I have this floater here in the left eye. And thank God it's not a retina issue. Thank God for that. It's just a floater. So I said to the doc, is it going to go away? And I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? And he said, well, you know what happens? Your brain starts to adjust to the floater. Sooner or later, your brain will kind of phase it out, and you'll be able to see, and like the floater's not even there. Well, that's fine, but he's talking about a regular brain, not my brain. Anyway, we'll see. Could be worse. Next week, I get the kidney stone surgery done, and oh God, I can't wait to get that done. I've been dealing with kidney stones since April, so it'll be a really nice thing to go through life without pain in the back. So we'll see. Hopefully it works out good. Saturday, I'm going to the Phillies game. If you see me there, wave to me or say hello or whatever. And yeah, I'll be there to see Mike Trout and the Angels. Yeah, they are what they are. The Angels were never going to win anything. They had Ohtani, they had Trout, and they didn't win. They're like one of these teams, like the Sacramento Kings, you know, or like who could I see? The Buffalo Bills. They've been winning these divisions, but they just wouldn't get to the Super Bowl, right? That's the way. That's the way the Angels are. They're just there. They're just there. Okay, they're just there. So Mike Trout, maybe the Angels will just leave him in Philadelphia before they go on their next stop to another city. Just leave them there, make a little deal, maybe give them a minor leaguer, let Mike Trout here. He could play right field, shift Nick Castellanos to left field, Mike Trout will play with Bryce Harper. We'll have another big bat in the lineup, and maybe that'll get us over the hump to the World Series, right? Could be worse. Mike Trout doesn't want to play around you. He lives in Millville, New Jersey, but he doesn't want to come. Come on, Mike Trout, stop it. Stop it. You do want to play here, and you do want to do well so the fans can adore you. So come on. While you're in town, say to the Angels management, leave me here. I have my suitcase, I have clean underwear. Leave me in Philadelphia, okay? That's all I'm saying. I don't know why I threw the clean underwear there. Hey, did your mother ever say to you, hey, before you leave to go out partying tonight, did you change your underwear? Do you have a clean pair of underwear on? That's what mom say every day. Yours say it? Did yours say it? Because she said, you know why? Why do I need a pair of clean underwear, Mom? Because you stupid idiot. If you get into an accident and you end up in the emergency room, God forbid you have dirty underwear on. Those nurses and doctors are going to see you have pissy, shitty underwear. Clean underwear. So I don't, every mom says that. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's in the book of moms that thou shalt say, thou offspring shall have clean underwear on before that offspring leaves thou house. Whatever. All right, well, I guess that's about it, huh? Another boring night is on tap. No films, no baseball. Come on. This is the worst week of the year. There's nothing. So I guess I'll just have to catch up on my sleep and get ready for all those surgeries coming up. I guess. I don't know. Everybody, peace and love to you. And we'll talk to you soon, okay? So, rest in peace there, Connie Francis. And, whatever. What was I going to say? It was a special food day today. What was that? Special food day. Oh, well, let's just make ours known. I proclaim it. Greg on the podcast proclaims today to be National Klondike Bar Day. Klondike Bar Day. Get out there. If you don't have them already in the house in the freezer, go to the store, get yourself some Klondike bars. Could be double chocolate, could be vanilla inside. I love them. They're cold. They got the crunchy chocolate on the outside and the ice cream in the middle. You can have mint in there. You can have whatever flavor. They come in all kinds of flavors there. Go out and get yourself a Klondike bar. What do you get with a Klondike bar? Remember that old commercial? It is National Klondike Bar Day. I myself proclaimed it. So there. Anyway, everybody, peace and love. I'll talk to you again soon. Take care.